Good morning. The poem Ode on Solitude by Alexander Pope, who was born in 1688 and died in 1744 in England. A well-known English poet, satirist. Pope was mainly self-educated. His first major work was an essay on criticism, which was published in 1711. A poem on the art of writing that contains several brilliant epigraphs. Here, the given poem Ode on Solitude gives the reader a pretty good idea of what the poet is about to early on. It would be far too simple an analysis to say that Alexander Pope's oldest surviving poem is simply about solitude, but it does provide a solid starting point from which to analyze the poem. When the Alexander Pope wrote this work, he had the idea of solitude in mind, and as do a great many poets who express themselves best through the written word, and perhaps less so in the company of others. Solitude itself is an important thing to attain from time to time, and perhaps it makes sense to think of one of Pope's oldest poem as being about a very basic human desire. Here the poet speaks about loneliness, that is the solitude. I will read the poem and then we will discuss the given poem, Ode on Solitude. The poem is like this. Happy the man whose wish and care a few paternal acres bound, content to breathe his native air in his own ground, whose herds with milk, whose fields with bread, whose flocks supply him with attire, whose trees in summer yield him shade in winter fire. Blessed who can find hours, days, and years slide soft away. In health of body, peace of mind, quiet by day, sound sleep by night, study and ease, together mixed sweet recreation and innocence which most does please with meditation. Thus let me live unseen, unknown, that thus unlamented let me die, still from the world, and nor a stone tell where I lie. This is the poem where he speaks about the loneliness, he speaks about the innocence, he speaks about the recreation, where he speaks about the unlamented, means without sorrow. Such things are here. These are the important words in the given poem. The poet's deepest desire is that He should have a few acres of land where he is happy to live and work. He will be happy to breathe the air of his native land. It means that he is happy with what he has in his native place and he does not wish to have more. In the second stanza, the poet speaks about the simply means that the man is self-sufficient. His land, now shown to be a farm, provides for all of his needs. His herds provide him with milk. He is able to bake his own bread in the summer. His trees provide ample shade, and in winter, the wood from those same trees can be lit to keep him warm. He has no need of anything beyond his own land. The narrator considered this farmer blessed. Time almost doesn't have meaning for the man. His world provides for all of his needs. Hours go by and days go by, years go by, and everything remains the same. The health the man is in the beginning of the cycle is the health he remains in when it is finished. He has peace of mind which is blessed for him. The poet says that he is sleeping a sound sleep. He is ignorant about the knowledge and competition in the world. It is strange idea and cast the character of a farmer in a different light. He does not know about the world and he could sleep a sound sleep. Here the poet wants an unseen life. He wants to live in solitude until he dies. He wants to die unlamented. Not a stone should be carved on the grave so that no one will know where he lies after death. A perfect life of solitude and peace. Here, while speaking about the life and death, this man demanded few acres of land where he can live very happily. He can cultivate the land, he can prepare his own bread and have milk from the cattle, and after death she should be graved, but no stone should be carved on his grave, that no one will know where he lies after death. That he wanted a solitude, that he wanted a loneliness. A theme of given work refers to the universal idea of meaning that underlies the surface of the text. At times the theme might be stated quite overtly as well. A work can have multiple themes, both major and minor. Alexander Pope's poem Ode on Solitude is a small ode that has one overreaching theme, the bliss of solitude. The poem revolves around the idea that complete solitude is the only true way to be happy. This solitude, however, the speaker opines that must not be brief or only periodic. Instead, the solitude must be complete and uninterrupted. This is seen in the way the poem emphasizes on the fact that such a man is self-sufficient and requires nothing from another human being. The same is considered that the way the poem concludes with the speaker's desire for solitude even after death is that the other human being can come and disturb the peace and bliss of complete solitude. So, the poet says that there should not be a stone which is carved on the grave, but he wanted a solitude, loneliness, away from the society after his death. While speaking about the same, here Ode on Solitude is nothing but a celebration of beauty of living simply and alone. The speaker argues that a solitary yet self-sufficient person is a happy one. The people don't really need that much in order to be content with their lives, just a little bit of peace and quiet, physical and mental health, and a good mix of work and play. The poet or the poem preaches about the law of attraction. Through the poem, we must not only gravitate around those in jubilation and splendor, but we must also be around those in suffering, for we are well equipped to reach out and draw them out their darkness. Alexander Pope's Ode on Solitude is a Horatian ode. Horatian odes are the odes written in the style of the ancient Latin poems of ancient Latin poet Horace. Here, in this way, our poet Alexander Pope speaks about the life, speaks about the recreation, he speaks about the innocence, he speaks about the unlamented life, he speaks about the solitude, he speaks about the loneliness, and he speaks about the ultimate reality of life, that is death. With this, I conclude the poem. Thank you. Good day.